Hello, welcome back to another episode of Clannad.
I'd sure like to get something to eat.
Same here.
Do you want to go eat somewhere? I try inviting her.
Do you want to eat out somewhere?
Yeah, sounds wild and dangerous, doesn't it? Right?
But I need to go home and help make dinner.
Forget about that.
I can't ask my mother to do it all on her own.
She says the word and smiles. She must not mind doing it at all. Her actions are enough to show me that her home is probably warm and loving one.
Do you not want to eat dinner at home, Okazaki-san?
There's nothing to eat if I did go home. The silence lingers for a moment, heavy with implications.
Well...
She tries to say something to salvage the conversation, but I tell her before she does. My old man's doing fine. My mom isn't around, though.
So do you not eat dinner with your father?
Yeah, kinda hard to, really, seeing as we're fighting all the time. I describe the situation in a way that would make it easier to understand. I doubt anyone would truly get how terrible the situation is at this point. I'm the only one who does.
Did something happen?
Yeah, a lot. So much so that can't be undone. She falls silent, seemingly worried that she's taken the conversation in an awkward direction. It's no big deal, though. That's just how single-father households are. In fact, it'd be kind of weird if two guys lived that close and were friendly with each other. I tack some comments on and attempt to smooth things over.
Is that so? But if there's somewhere...
She puts her hands together in front of her chest.
Even if you do fight, I think it would be good if there's at least somewhere you can communicate.
She comes to her conclusion. Yeah. I take a breath, filling my lungs and collecting my thoughts. It's strange, why did I tell her so much about my family stuff?
If it's not too much trouble, I'd be happy to invite you over for dinner.
Maybe it was because I was waiting to hear those words. I just wanted to get as far away from my house as possible. Are you sure that's alright?
I don't mind. My parents would be happy to have you if they knew you were my friend. I'm certain of it.
I see. There really must be a happy family. While I hesitate for a moment at the thought of barging into someone else's place, I'm even more reluctant to go back to my own home. So rather than being modest, I decide to take part in their meal.
If you go straight from here, you'll find a park. There's a bakery that faces it.
Okay,
That bakery is my house.
got it.
So please, head there and wait for me. I'll be leaving soon as well.
Okay, see you there.
Yes.
She says after I grab the back of her collar. Hold on, why are we splitting up here first?
What? Is something the matter?
Well, yeah, kinda. I mean, if you're not around to introduce me to your parents, I can't just traipse into your place. They'll think I'm some sketchy dude calling himself your friend.
Yes. It's fine. You're wearing our school uniform.
You're missing the point. Hell, it'd even be weirder if your parents let a stranger right into their house, and we all started watching TV together like one big happy family.
Like I said, I'm confident that it'll all be okay. Trust me. My parents don't worry about things like that. It won't be weird. They'll treat you kindly. I promise.
That's pretty nuts. What kind of family are they? I can't even imagine. I look up to the sky. Oh no. When I look back down, she's already far away, facing me and waving.
You'll have no trouble finding if you just go to the park.
She calls out the words from a distance and then leaves. I'm left all alone. She really is ignorant about how society works, isn't she? I'm now keenly aware of this fact. I guess I'll just buy box lunch again and head to Sunohara's room. I turn around and head back as I mutter under my breath. But then my legs stop. What would she do if I disappeared right now? She'd probably go look for me. I've gotten myself into a rather sticky situation here, haven't I? I feel irritated all of a sudden. Irritated at myself for getting into this mess in the first place. Nothing would have happened if I hadn't done anything. Damn it. I shake my head to snap out of it. Yeah. I just had to do what she told me. I need to be as natural as possible. If I am, eventually everything will go off without a hitch. And if that's the case, I won't have to regret today. All that'll happen is I'll eat dinner at her house, then head home. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what I'll do. I pivot on my heels and start walking home once more, further thinking about how to turn this unnatural predicament into a natural one. So this is a place, huh? I see a bakery immediately across the street from the park. The billboard says Furwaka Bread. What a plain-looking store. Its glass door is half closed, but a brilliant light pours out from it like a knocked-over soda without a cap. They seem to be still open. Even so, it feels hard to walk in. Do any customers other than regulars come here? If I was someone looking to buy bread, I'd probably look elsewhere, even if that meant going farther down the road. But today, I'm here because Furwaka invited me. My only option is to go in. I step through the door and enter inside. No one's here. Heyo. I try saying something. I don't get anything in reply. So they just left it unattended? In that case, someone could help themselves to as much food as they wanted. I look at the different kinds of breads lined up in the shelves. There's a lot left. What are they going to do with all this? Though it's already quite late, the trays are covered in bread. They look like they taste good. You know, I think I'll help myself to a sample.
They look good.
I take one off a tray. As I bring it to my mouth, I notice something off. My hand stops. There's something in this.
Good evening.
Suddenly, I hear a voice coming from behind. I turn around in shock, only to find a woman standing right there in front of me. Judging by the apron she's wearing, she probably works here. Could this be Furwaka's mom? She seems pretty young to be, if that's the case.
That's this week's new project. Try it out, please.
How much is it?
You don't need to pay anything. It'll just go to waste otherwise.
Lucky for me.
The concept behind that piece is calm.
Huh? So I'll feel calm if I eat this?
Yes, I think you'll feel quite calm.
I don't really understand, but I try eating it anyway.
Crack, crumble. It's full of rice crackers. Isn't it amazing? I think it's a winning idea.
It's defeated me at the very least.
It's called rice cracker bread.
Exactly as advertised, I see.
I think that everyone from children to the elderly will love eating these.
I'd expect a broad outpouring of disgust from them, to be frank. I think my lull is making her anxious.
Do you not like it?
She asked me with fear in her voice. Yeah, I'm gonna give this to you straight. No one would ever buy this.
Well, what could be the problem? Is it the name? I'm not very confident about the name, you know. Or what should I change it to? It's all crumbly, so maybe just crumbly bread? Or would crackly bread be better?
May I?
Please, go ahead.
I think the problem is more fundamental than that.
Oh?
Where you went wrong was having the idea of putting rice crackers in bread in the first place.
But isn't it tasty?
I'm saying this because it isn't. Tears begin to well up in her eyes, then
Aw, we made her sad.
she turns around and runs away.
She ran off.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Are you a child or something?
We're mean.
The store's empty once again. I just stand there dumbfounded and alone. I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
She's probably telling Furuaka's dad that someone made her cry.
I can't help but think of the saying. What kind of family environment is this exactly anyway? I gradually start to feel more and more uneasy.
This bread looks good, though.
I hope her dad is normal at least.
Hey, you! What are you gonna do about this?
I hear a menacing voice call out from behind me. I turn to face it. This time I see a man with a threatening expression staring at me. Don't tell me, is this her dad? He's young, just like her mom. He seems to be like a teenage delinquent that aged, but never managed to grow up.
What you need to do is just eat it and tell her it's delicious. It's called being decent. It's called having manners.
That's not something I do for someone that I'm meeting for the first time.
The truth is always harsh, you see. How cold-hearted could you be to just come right out and give her the truth? Just imagine if your parents suddenly told you that one day, hey, they actually picked you up as a baby from under a bridge. You'd feel a little blue, would you? That's why you should tell her that bread tastes good. Well, what do you have to say? I'm not gonna let you act like this isn't your problem just because you're a customer. Everyone around here eats her bread and tells her it's delightful. If clouds and rainbows had flavors, they'd taste like her bread. It's an unspoken rule, a code, a law.
This is absurd.
Don't break it. Because if you do, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in ya, then walk in it dry.
What kind of ridiculous home have I walked into?
Ugh, that's a lot of leftover bread again.
The man grumbles as he walks around the store. He starts grabbing bread off the tray, stuffing them into plastic bags in front of me.
What's We've only sold one of these cracker breads.
And it's in my hands.
These guys are going to
Isogaya? I don't know.
Isogaya-san's house then.
Then he goes around sharing the leftover with his neighbors. Yuck. No one likes that guy.
Ugh. This one hasn't sold at all either.
Now, what would be a good time to run? I quietly do an about face and attempt to exit the store.
Hey, you! I recognize that uniform. Don't you go to the same school as my kid?
He noticed.
Hey, I said hold on.
That's right, I do. So what?
Are you Nagisa's friend?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Ugh, you should have said that earlier. Hey, Sane, we're going all out tonight.
He approaches me and grabs both of my shoulders. I'm going home. Then he starts.
No!
He starts dragging me with an uncanny amount of force. Wow. It's a time. There's no way I can resist.
1 minute.
The table is absolutely covered with rows of leftover bread.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were Nagisa's friend. I feel embarrassed now. If I had known, I wouldn't have acted like that in front of you.
I guess that's a frequent sight to our customers.
Ha! Don't worry about it, Sane. Here's a little bit of weirdo. He's a little bit of a weirdo. You shouldn't say things like that to a customer.
You can say that again.
In any case, this is something to celebrate. I can't believe Nagisa was able to bring a friend to the house this fast. Not only that, but a boyo.
Akio?
Akio-san. What? A man?
What, did he just now notice?
Okay, well, we're gonna end this episode here. See you next time on Clannad. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Bye!
See ya.